Certain that I heard something on top of it. The group of things drop down in here. This is going to be rough for me, but I've got my pistol. Mining, the most thrilling of things. Can't wait until I've got an auger to make the mining component a little bit more, well, a little bit more watchable, I guess. Though, from a player's perspective, this is actually quite cathartic. Move my phone a little bit so I can see her a bit easier. There we go. How much iron have I got now? 1,000, that's not bad actually. Once I can get up to the point where I can craft it into stacks of 6,000 each, that's going to be a good place because you get some crazy XP for doing that. Well, that being said, I think it was actually a bug. So that may no longer be the case. And I wouldn't be horribly disappointed if that was the case. Because it was kind of stupid. It's like, yeah, so I gathered these resources. Now I have billions. Nope. Not happening. Nice try. Aavak, I know you said you avoid Minecraft because you don't want your channel to become a Minecraft channel, but there are a couple of mods you might be interested in. Terraformacraft, which is a massive overhaul of the game to make it more realistic. Also, Manufactorio, which turns Minecraft into a 3D Factorio. I had a Satisfactory for that, though. I bet you haven't heard that one before. Oh, I imagine every time you suggest that, and someone's like, yeah, but this Satisfactory. A little part of your soul dies. Watching a stream, I find I rather like 7 Days' mix of gathering and action. Give some downtime for the streamer to keep involved with chat without it turning into a sleeping session. Yeah, you know what? I like the way you're looking at that. It's actually a good point. A little bit of downtime every now and then to gather resources, especially at nights when you're not as inclined to be out and about hunting. Allows me to just reconnect with chat a little bit. Or just, at the very least, catch up a bit more. I may keep this as a stone mine, honestly. Once we get down far enough. I might even move some tools over here. Right. I think it's high time we had something to eat. And some more to drink. There we go. And a little bit more to eat as well. Yeah, and a little bit more to eat. Oh yeah, perfect. I am also strongly considering a full stream of Satisfactory at the moment. I've been wanting to do a full playthrough of that, and by full I mean really go through it and do everything that is reasonable to do. I'm not one of these people that'll grind for hours to do something just because it's a thing that can be done if it serves no practical purpose for me to do it. But I am also a person that will spend literal days grinding materials so I can make my base look nice with windows when that serves no practical purpose. So I guess take that with, understand where that comment is coming from in order to interpret it correctly. But I have really been thinking about that because I don't think it would do as well on my YouTube channel. That being said, if I did it on my YouTube channel, I could edit it. I bet Factorio would be a good series. Like, you could do some really nice edits on that one. Much like my factory town, actually, where like I have sequences where I just show the factory working. Like the town working. I bet I could do that with Satisfactory. Oh, don't worry, I will be stretching my legs soon. I usually go for about 2 days. 2 days in game is where I start being like, right, okay, time for us to have a bit of a stretch. That's around about 2 hours. 2 hours and a half, something like that. Put that down. I won't bother popping a ladder there just yet. We don't need it yet. You find Factorio to be too complicated of a game. If you're making that comment after seeing some of my series on it, then I feel like I've done you a disservice a little bit, because I make the game more complicated than it needs to be, because I find that element of it fun. I find like the combinators and making smart factories fun. You can just brute force it with very little brain power, other than, have I got enough of a thing? No? Then I'll produce more of that thing and hook it up to all of the other things that I'm doing. Is that enough now? No? Well, I'll do more of that then. Is it enough? Yes. Then I'll find something else that I don't have enough of and make more of that. And you can very, very easily brute force that game with very little, like, actual thought. I know some people will play it religiously with ratios and will find the, you know, quote-unquote perfect design for certain things. But you don't need to. You can play that game very, very simple and straightforward if you want to. Yeah, Factorio is at its heart shapes. Like, shapes is a good demonstration of what Factorio is in its most abstract form. I am producing a thing. I need to deliver a thing to this thing. How do I do that? It's just in shapes, there's no cost to anything you build, so it is pure abstraction of the logistics element of it. Whereas in Factorio, you obviously need to produce the resources to build the things that let you move a thing to the thing, so on and so forth. It's more of a game in the traditional sense of games, in my opinion. So I've got a bit of iron back there. How's my inventory looking? Stupid amounts of iron. Good, good, good. Decent amount of stone. Wow, you know it's early when you're here to witness the Trader Clacton. My mining skill is nowhere near high enough yet for this to be a really good way of me gathering skill points, but you know it's not too bad. Oop, was that a bit of lag? Was that a bit of lag, chat? I'm now ultra weary of it. No, it doesn't appear to. Oh no. Ah, no. Ah, no. That is 2 bears and 2 zombie dogs, really. Reload. Okay, time to start going for headshots. I'm still going to be firing from the hip for this. That's 2 down. I suffered an abrasion, damn it. Can I sort that out? Abrasion would be... You know what? Oh! It's a zombie bear. Disapprove? How did you get down here? You cheap, taxing bear. Why? Reload. Calm down. Reload. Panic does not help in this scenario. Aha! My support pillars are helping me in more ways than one. Reload. It can't get to me. Calm. Dead. It fell through 1 tile. Game? I call zombie shenanigans on that one. Zombie bears do not fit through one bloody tile. Yeah, my support pillars were giving me some support. Badumch. I was not expecting 2 zombie bears and 2 dogs. I'm not gonna lie. That was a bit of a surprise. A little bit of a surprise. Did they count towards my bear kills? Oh, come on, man. Really? Zombie bears are like boss bears. That should have counted for 2 kills each. Ugh. Shenanigans. On the plus side, I've got more rotten meat now than I know what to do with, and enough bones to open a glue factory. Jake, thank you very much for that cheer there. Was that in celebration of me not being murderized by being trapped in a confined space by 2 zombie bears and 2 zombie dogs? Because if so, I appreciate it, mate. I feel a little bit good about myself as well. I'm going to allow myself to feel that sense of accomplishment there. My neural vaults are flooding with a sense of pride, and I choose to experience it. Right, okay, so yeah, 116. That's going to allow me to do a lot of things. Oh, I used a lot of bullets there. Sorry about that, I was just checking my phone there. Okay. Well, see, if this was Cataclysm and I had things that I could do with zombie flesh, well, a little bit. Well, that being said, if you pick up certain recipes, you can absolutely use zombie flesh in a lot of things. Aavak, why are you bullying Yogi? I wasn't bullying Yogi. That was Boo Boo. Oh my stars, this is why I can't play this game and stick to watching you, Aavak. Aw. I'm sorry. I know it can seem very like, what on earth is going on, but the thing, the chief thing, and it's why I mention it when it's happening is quite often, after the fact, I'm like, yeah, it's important to stay calm. And I just kind of, I guess, speaking it loud, the threads of thought processes that are going on in my head is that keep calm. Nothing to worry about, keep calm. That's what's going on internally. It's like, yeah, there's no problem here. Stay calm. The more calm you are, the better you can react to changing circumstances. The better your brain can do its job, and that is mediate through emotional responses and logical responses to external stimuli. Because emotions are good. Anyone who says that emotions are bad, they don't understand where they fit into the evolutionary biology of us. We have emotions for very, very good reasons. Fear is an incredibly useful response. It's just you've got to control how you experience it. Anger is a very good emotional response. Again, you've got to control when you experience it. The problem comes when you experience it wildly for the wrong things. I do now need to fix this, though, because it's no longer protecting me. Hello. Nope. Nope, again. No, I'm going over its head, I can see that. There we go. I killed it! Wow, I must have clipped its head as it was walking away. 4 times damage, yo. Was that a headshot or was that just a body shot? It was only a small wolf. Okay, I thought it was a dire wolf. I thought it was a black wolf. Never mind. Aavak is the embodiment of the "this is fine" meme. See, you say that, and it's... Internally, it's kind of true, but not in the meme way. The way I look at things, the way I find helps, is... I'm going to walk away. Everything is fine, but everything can be better. No matter what situation I'm in, I assume I'm starting from the point of, this is fine, but I want it to be better than fine. How do I get from where I am now to where I want to be? Everything is always fine. Because there's no point in me losing my mind because it's not fine, because that's just going to make me less able to make it better. The more I panic, the less capable I am of seeing opportunities that are arising. It's the whole thing of sometimes when when doors close on people in their lives, and they'll stay so long and so mournfully at the closed door, they don't notice that there were other doors open. Or if there weren't other doors open, there were other windows that were open. And if they weren't open, there's probably a chair in the room somewhere and a window you can put the chair through. And now the window is open. There are lots of different ways that you can approach these situations. And I just think that panic... See, fear is useful. Panic is not. Panic is in my mind, the example of fear once it's gone out of your control. And that isn't to say that, I don't get panicked. Like, there are all sorts of panic responses I have that I really wish I didn't have. For example, when I put my contact lenses in, even to this day, despite how many times I've done it, there's still a little part of me, and I can trace it back, and I can recognize, yeah, this is a panic response. My elevated heartbeat. I can all but tell that I'm having an adrenal response now because I've just shoved a piece of glass into my eye. On some level, my animal brain is like, this is not okay. This is the opposite of okay. Glass is not meant to be in my eye. I wear glasses. I do not have them in my eye. This is bad. Take it out. 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 And I just have to quell that and say, it's okay. It's not hurting. It seems like it should, but it isn't. So it's fine. You just need to wait and observe and see that it's not a threat. And then, a few moments later, once I've wiped away any wetness from my eye from literally just shoving my finger in it, by a few seconds later, it's like the panic response is gone. I still feel it. It's just utterly useless. Panic is useless. Fear is useful. If I'm feeling afraid, then it means that I'm in a situation where I probably should feel afraid, and I need to be using my controlled emotions and my controlled logic to find an exit strategy from that situation. Uh-oh, I've got an AI highlighted message. I need to make it I need to make it a new tier for challenge points. Like, highlight my message. If it's going to be a serious question, this now costs 4 times the normal amount. Because it is going to drag me into this discussion, and I am going to stay here for the next 50 minutes. Let's see what Sorrel the Soul said. Okay. Let's talk about out-of-control AI and how they resemble humans also going out of control, which makes me think AI suffer from stress like everything else. Most AI that go out of control are put in positions where they have to do everything. It is a wonder. Is it any wonder they compose it? I mean, there's no AI in that sense, I don't think. I get the impression that you're talking about strong or general AI. And they don't exist yet. They just don't. We haven't got even remotely close enough to be able to make those. The sort of AI that we have, mostly things that are trying to measure oh, this person liked this, so they'll probably also like this. There's like a spending flurry in these areas. We predict based on models that means that in like 4 weeks' time or 2 years' time, there's going to be a massive push for spending on these kinds of things. You know, modeling stuff, crunching data. When they go wrong, it's not because they're going closer because they're stressed. It's because they were poorly understood. I'm not going to say they were poorly written. The writers poorly understood what they were writing. There's that. Aavak, I try to see things as this is, and just build from here. Yeah, that's another way of doing it. Like for me, fine is default. So you could you know, compress that statement down and remove the superfluous information and just say everything is. Because if it's default, then that's pretty much it. So yeah, we broadly agree on that. Fear is the mind killer, indeed, Mr. Bester. Oh, a more has been redeemed. How many mores have been redeemed so far? Let me have a quick look. One more so far. So the stream is guaranteed to go for at least 6 hours and a half. Yeah, exactly. You know, an example of where panic is not a useful, and almost never useful. Fear, again, like I said, fear is useful. Because fear is just... How to describe the way I think of fear? Fear is my intuition. Fear is a combination of all of the minute observations that I've made that I'm not cognizant of, but I am still processing. That I would need to sit down and think about. Like for example, you know, the majority of the actions that I do in a day are automatic actions. They're not I'm not really thinking about grasping the cup, what is involved in grasping the cup, how I need to curl my fingers, what signals I need to send to what muscles in order to pick that cup up, and then lift it to my mouth, and then take a drink. I'm just thinking, I want to drink out of that cup. And then the rest of it is done automatically. But I am thinking all of those things. I'm just not thinking them actively. And I can hear her. Don't worry. We shall wait. I think this may be my first witch. Let's go and say hello. Hello. Could have used my bow for that one, actually. That was a bit silly. But I'm cognizant of a lot of things. But there's an enormous amount of data that my mind is processing. An enormous amount of things. Like body language, quite often, is not a conscious thing. I'm not sitting there watching your body language and drawing, you know, concrete, conscious conclusions from it. I just get a gut feeling of, this person isn't happy. This person is happy. This person is afraid. This person is elated. This person is absolutely high off their whatever it is, like maybe life. I don't know. But they are acting in a highly unpredictable way. I'm glad that they're that happy, but also, yeah, don't let them drive. You know, that sort of stuff I'm processing automatically. Fear is that. When I get afraid, quite often there's something that I'm not picking up consciously that is telling me this is not a good situation. So I listen to fear. Panic is where I let fear dictate what my actions are, rather than me deciding this action is the best thing to do, given that I'm afraid of something in this situation. I'm no longer controlling it, it's controlling me. And that should generally be avoided. Aavak never engages in manual blinking and breathing mode. No, I don't. People say that, and I'm like, are you not aware that you were doing it before? I don't know, but you know, I'm not doing it all like manually now. Like it always makes me laugh. I said, "Ha! You're now breathing automatically." It's like, no. Well, interestingly, on that topic, I can't remember what game it was recently. Also, thank you very much, Matt, for that subscription. Second month, best month. Yay, I caught another stream. Thank you for being effortlessly dapper and keeping the spirits of many dapplings high. Oh, thank you. That was such a nice thing to say. It is 100% not effortless, though. I'm sorry that I'm giving you that impression. Because that must make it feel bad if someone else is struggling to maintain high spirits. It is not effortless. I promise you that. I have just gotten very good at doing it without thinking too much about it. But there is effort involved. But yeah, there's lots of things that, you know, when people say, haha, you're now doing this manually. There was a game that was, what was it, about some sort of virus, and they were trying to weaponize it, and basically it caused people to have, it basically removed all automatic processes. Everything now had to be manual. So everything. I'm not just talking like, you're now breathing manually. It's like, no, you are doing everything manually now. You're producing hormones manually. You're adjusting blood flow manually. You are breathing manually. You're also beating your heart manually. And it's like, dear Lord, imagine a virus that did that to someone. That would probably wipe out the vast majority of the human race in very, very short order. What a terrifying idea of a virus. Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't be able to sleep, because the moment you slept, you'd stop manually beating your heart. You would need all kinds of machines to keep you going, life support. Yeah. What a terrifying idea for a virus. Okay, we need to go back and get some food. We have been working pretty hard for a while. Let's go ahead and make some more cobblestone rocks. Yeah. Okay, we've done a good job down here, though, I think. A pretty good job, actually. It's looking good. We've got little bits where there are still iron to go. This vein is huge. Like I said, quite often, you'll need one vein. That's it. One vein will do you for a good part of the early game, if you actually fully exploit it. You may as well, because you're going to use the stone. Hello, Awaken. Thank you very much for using the more there. Oh, thank you, Lady Sheila. Lady Sheila just brought me some fresh tea supplies. Which means we might not need to go and stretch our legs. We'll see. I may still do it. It looks like that was our third more, was it? So that means we've got at least a guaranteed 1.5 hours extra on the stream. But yeah, you would need all kinds of things. But I mean, the game touched on the obvious stuff, like beating your heart, pulsing your lungs, you know. But it was really explicit that, yeah, no, you know, all automatic processes are no longer automatic. That would be so much more than the obvious stuff. That would be crazy amounts of micromanagement at that point. Absolutely bonkers amounts of micromanagement. You imagine all of the things that you do just passively in a day. Let's split that up. There we go. And split this up. Yeah. You would need to manage your production of hormones. You would need to manage your the digestion. Eating would be, wow. I'd be exhausted mentally after just a meal. Utterly exhausted. The amount of stuff your body has to do on an automatic level to process food. My lord. But there we go. Let's get that going. It would end the human race. And everything else that got infected. Some, the very fortunate, and probably only if they knew it was coming, so probably the ones responsible for it, would be able to survive it, and only because they got a machine to help. Some sort, or maybe they had a, you know, in the game, I think it's kind of written out that they get drugs and stuff like that can control it. As long as they keep using the drugs, then it keeps suppressing the virus's effect. But note, it doesn't cure it, just suppresses its symptoms. The symptom being the necessity of manually doing everything that would otherwise be automatic. Oh wow, that was so far off.